Hi, it's Filo. Welcome back to my channel. If you don't recognize this setup, it's because I couldn't film this August setup in my studio. It's currently 40 degrees, so I had to move to the terrace. Here you can see me sketching on the table on the terrace, but then I realized I couldn't film my actual setup on this table because my tripod wouldn't reach that far. So I came up with this setup. Please appreciate my genius. Anyway, it worked, even though the light isn't great because I had to film early in the morning not to melt in the sun. Now with the actual theme for August, you know that I like to try something new every month, and this particular time I chose to do a cover on a full spread. I've been bullet journaling for years, so I don't really know why I had never tried that, but now it's finally done. If you see me turn my notebook around a lot, I'm sorry. This isn't even a table, so I didn't have any space to move around or adjust, so I had to adapt. It was also quite windy, so I had to give up on using stickers or papers, anything that could fly away from me in the wind. So the good news is that you won't need anything special for this theme. It's all just doodles and very easy ones. As I'm sure you saw in the title, it's a boho theme. I started with some abstract lines and then added some elements like the waves, the feather, the sun, the moon, and an eye. I'm also adding a touch of greenery and some more abstract elements. It's very easy to balance and you could easily reorganize or change some elements. Then I thought it needed a frame to bring everything together. And it's time to letter August right in the middle. Now for the color palette, I chose earthy tones, which remind me of my theme back in July 2022. So if you haven't seen it yet, I link it here. To color in between those lines, it's easier if you move your whole arm rather than just the wrist. In case you want to recreate some of these spreads, just know that I always link everything I use down in the description below, along with my affiliate links and my discount codes. Last minute, I thought of adding some details to the lettering, mimicking an arrow. This way, it fits the whole theme better. Then I'm adding some stars and hearts in the background. And finally, I'm outlining the lettering, but I'm not sure you can appreciate the difference on camera. Now with the monthly page, I'm starting with the monthly calendar. I always like to start with the functional part and then decorate around. So in my personal bullet journal, I always start my weeks on Mondays, but I know that some of you guys like to start their week on Sundays. So when I post my wallpapers for the month on Instagram stories, I make sure you always have a calendar starting on Mondays and another one starting on Sundays. As almost always for this page, I like to take the same elements as in my cover page and just rearrange them around. This way it's a bit different, but you can still see that it's the same theme. So here, for example, I took the abstract lines and just turned them vertically. And then I added all the other elements around the calendar. Again, I'm lettering August for the header. And then I add my social trackers as well as the books I'm reading during the month. For the books, I made up these kind of spirally fonts. I think it's cute. weeklies, and I'm happy to say that I could fit all my weeklies in this video. I did Dutch doors, which I hadn't done in months, but you know, my kind of Dutch doors, where every weekly is still different. So I'm starting with some doodles on the left part, which will be visible from every weekly. I will also need a mini calendar as a reference for the whole month. For the first weekly, the main doodle is a hanging boho decor with a wood branch and a cloud, a feather, a cactus and a moon. For the dailies, I'm not drawing boxes, I'm just doodling a circle using my color palette and then writing the first letters of the day in calligraphy. As I don't have any daily boxes, I'm pre-drawing a few circles for my tasks for each day. Then I'm cutting the Dutch door, which always makes me nervous. Finally, I'm stamping the dates and the first weekly is done. For the second week, I'm drawing a window with a view to the typical desert view, so a cactus and a bunch of dunes of sand and the sun. Below, I'm doodling a fancy divider. You could also use this kind of patterns for your frames, but just keep in mind that it's time consuming. Finally, I'm adding my dailies with the same style, but just a different layout. Now with the third week, I'm doodling another hanging boho decor, this time with a bunch of feathers. and I'm using yet another layout for my dailies. The main illustration for this fourth weekly is a moth and the moon. For this layout, I wanted to alternate between horizontal and vertical dailies, but apparently I forgot with Wednesday, so I'm correcting this now. For this fifth and final weekly, apparently my phone wasn't recording when I was doodling this vase in a window with a plant and the sun, but you can see it. Here I kept a section for back to school season, which is pretty intense for me as I'm a teacher. As per usual, I like to keep a section for next month's tasks, deadlines, and appointments. And now with the last section of this page, which is the right column that you will be able to see from each weekly. I just have space for a little doodle and then my work hours tracker as well as a mini calendar for September. Here is the final flip through of this August boho theme. I hope you liked it. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you very soon in another video. And until then, enjoy planning!